So reviewed today on the channel, and we are doing a watch review. These are now common in this market, that we've got lots of different companies making watches. So fortunate that I've reviewed many products for this company, and this is the new AIM W12 watch, GPS watch by GolfBuddy. So let's start with the simple what's in the box. So already, I mean, at this price point, you expect it to be substantial. These are being shipped all over the country and across the globe. So, you know, these are all typical standard stuff now these days. Slide it open, really easy access. So I've got the black version, which is cool. Already just kind of weight and feel of the product. Feels good in the hands, as if it's, you know, it's substantial and it's not going to break if I'm going to drop it. Already kind of quite like the strap. You know, a lot of these have these kind of rubber straps. So I've just opened the clasp on the strap here, and it looks like it's, you know, I quite like the design of the strap with the stitching. Again, you know, these watches are being, you're wearing these around quite a bit. I mean, my watch that I currently use now, I put it on in the morning and I go to golf, and then, you know, stop and, you know, have a beer in the bar afterwards. And, you know, with you're wearing the watch quite a lot, aren't you? You're wearing it all day. I don't wear a regular watch on my golf day. So, you know, I want it to kind of look smart. I want it to kind of be on the wrist and not, you know, kind of think I have to take it off when I walk on the golf course. So it's perfectly acceptable as a wearable off the golf course. So that's good. And I think that's really important. So just pulling off the little sticker that comes on the screen. Already just feel and touch, it feels like a quality, you know, device. So let's have a little look at what we get and what features you have on the AIM W12. So preloaded with 40,000 golf courses, and also you got free upgrades for any new courses that are added. It's got slope adjust feature, which is toggleable, so you have it on and off, and that's a worldwide feature, which is, again, a lot of these new watches now have got these automatic kind of slope adjustments, optional features on them, so you need to be able to toggle that on and off for competition use. Smart view feature that provides necessary information, so that would be something like an aerial or bird's eye view, so I'll be looking at that on course. Distances to front, center of back, pretty standard stuff, to green and hazards, which is quite cool. Shot distance measuring feature, that would be obviously you being able to track your distances out on course, so that'll be quite cool. So we'll have a little play about with that. Long running battery, sufficient for 2 rounds. Okay, if you're anything like me, I'm totally useless at charging my devices. In fact, I don't have an electric trolley anymore because I forget to charge it. So what I do with my watch is that I have a charger in the car, and I leave it in the actual center console of the armrest of the driver's seat, with the cable in there, and I charge the watch in the car. So then I leave it in the car when I get out, when I finish. So it's always there, so I can just literally grab it from the center console and stick it on my arm, and then go and play some golf. So that's, if you're a little tip and a hack that you can have, is have your charger or have a spare charger in your car, and then you always never run out of battery because you can charge it up on the way to the course. So 1.32 inch screen, TFT LCD, 360 by 360 pixels, so quite a nice screen and resolution. So let's have a little play with this. Let's put this on. So we are on, we are loading. So obviously got to do my first kind of initial setup. So we got touchscreen, so we're adding in the date and time. We are 12:01, so let's put that in there as well. 12:41, should I say? So that's your sort of standard screen. Quite like step feature. How many calories you've burnt, you've got that if you swipe across as well. Steps and calories. There's your menu. Got your settings, scorecard, some tutorials there. Just go to settings, Bluetooth, so to connect to the to your phone. Display time, reset, general information about the device. So that's all cool. I'm going to do the Bluetooth onto the phone shortly, so see how easy that is. Display brightness, you can change your display as well. So brightness 3, you can move that up, you can turn it to 5, so it's set at 3 as standard. If you need it a little bit brighter due to sunlight, you can bring that up a bit. Screen timeout, so I'm going to put that back to brightness 3. Screen timeout as well, so then it closes down, doesn't waste battery, so that's easy to use. Motion, guessing that's some sort of feature that I can do motion to the phone or some sort of swiping motion across the screen there for features, language, etc. So that's pretty straightforward stuff. Golf settings, units in yards, slope, smart view, that'll give you the view of the hole, preview, touch IP, scorecard pop-up. I don't really like having scorecard pop-up, so I'll be taking that off. Let's have a look. Dimming mode, brightness, always on, tournament mode. So you've got a very easy tournament mode feature there, which would take any of the slopes off. Set driver distance, you can look at your tee shots and record how far you've hit them. So they're cool little features. Let's play some golf. So how long is this going to take? So we are going to see how long it takes to pick up a signal. May not be because I'm in a building just in my driving range bay. Let's have a little look how quick that is to pick up a signal. Usually a few minutes. And what you would do with this as well is that you would generally sort of put your watch on play mode and walk over from the clubhouse or car park over to the first tee. So by the time you've walked from range to first tee, you picked up a signal and you're going to play golf, or organise that before you you leave the driving range or practice ground if you're hitting a few balls before your round. So yeah, that just needs to be outside, so that's not unusual for that not to pick up straight away. So we're going to do a little bit of testing on course. I'm going to go and do just some measuring on the course hole at the moment. I'm going to go over to the 18th. I'm going to take over the little, yeah, it's just saying, so the sync can take up to 2 minutes. So again, that's standard procedure really. If you're not, I'm in a building, so it's not going to pick it up. I'm going to take the little GolfBuddy Laser Light 2 just as a reference point, just to give me some idea of distances, laser versus watch. But already first impressions, just looking at also the charging device. Actually spare strap in the box. It's got like a little holder, so that will be used to connect it. Yeah, so that goes in on the back, so that's a little magnetic charging base. So got to put that in the car. It's actually a USB-C port, not the micro, so that's quite universal now, so I like that. And yeah, just looks fairly straightforward, easy for me to put in the car, so don't run out. What else have we got in here? A box of something. Check this out. Oh, that's the cable. So yeah, cable obviously. So USB-C cable in there. So, you know, as expected products, just general accessories, simple stuff in the box, and a spare strap. So I'm en route to the 18th tee at my club here, Bletchley Golf Club, and so already then, so I've just put it on to pick up the golf course. And what this particular device does, and this is unique for each company, has their own kind of way, the operating system program on the watch, is that this is this goes into a mode there. You can see it's proceed to tee, and it will automatically detect when you're on the tee. So this is an interesting one. So you can see here I'm walking down the hole, so I'm just going to take a walk to the 18th tee box and see if we can get this to pick up, and then let's see what distances we get. So I'm still about another 50-60 yards away from the tee box, so let's see how quickly it picks up when I get to the tee box. So we are reaching the tee box. We're just walking onto the ladies' tee, and there we go. So immediately I walked onto the ladies' tee. It's picked up Bletchley Golf Club. So it does what it says on the tin. Proceed to the tee box, and the watch tracks and finds your golf course and puts you on the hole. Well, that's very cool. So looking at this little aerial view, this hole play view that's just come on here. So I'm just going to put this down on the yellow tee box here at the club. So one of the features I sort of brought up straight away, it's quite difficult to show you this here, but I'm just giving you that aerial view, which is quite cool. And you can scroll this up and down, you can zoom in. So this is one of the features I liked in particular, is that it's got heat maps of the greens. So we've got the low spot to the front left and some high spots back left and sort of mid right. So I'm actually going to go up to the green and check out those hot spots, because this feature in particular, if this is accurate, this is super cool, because you want to know the sort of the high points of the green and the low points of the green, so you can avoid, you know, having those horrible putts. So that's really cool, love that. So I'm going to bring this back here. So looking at the different hazards, so I'm going to click out of this and assume I just will swipe across. There we go. So that's your standard screen. So your front, middle and back yardage, your scorecard. So that's very cool. So if we zoom, let's zoom in there. So there's our hazard screen, so we swipe across. So we've got hazard, water hazard 314, right trap 222. That's the second trap. The first trap, which is the one that you can see over there, that one there, is 162, it's saying there. So I'm just going to quickly laser that. Get the laser out. Let's have a little look. Yeah, I've got 164 to the face. So that's pretty damn good, isn't it? So that's cool. So we got that. And I mean, again, this is kind of quite standard stuff now on these high-end watches, that you're getting all of these hazard features. So I like that. Easy, just swipe across, go back onto your different views. So there we go. So we are now going to test. I'm happy with the distances. It's all as it should be. We're going to go and look at this here, this super cool feature, which is the green heat map. So, I mean, watches are a commonplace now. I think it's an essential, if you're serious about your golf, that you get some sort of tracking device, whether it be laser, whether it be watch, whether you have these, you know, some of these watches now which are built-in trackers. So me personally, what do? I have a laser and I have a watch. Now you probably think, oh my God, that's overkill. Well, I use the watch for front, middle and back of the green, and then I use my laser for the actual flag stick. Now, obviously what you're going to have, certain views from your ball, you might have a pin that looks like it's cut on the front and just over a bunker, and that will actually, unless you know how much space you've got, you might not be able to play that shot. You might just assume that you've got no space to land it. So when you've got a GPS tracking device, you can look at the front of the green, how much distance you've got from the front to where you've zapped with your laser to the flag, and then you've got somewhere to land the ball. So I think that that's important that you get that information, and it's no different to what a caddy is giving a tour player. So I like to have the combination. I started to use the combination about 10 years ago with the different sort of handheld GPS trackers, both with laser and handheld. I've always been a kind of a Bushnell man, but I like the GolfBuddy lasers. I think they're very good, and there's loads of lasers on the market. So, for me, I would be saying, if you're really serious, go for a GPS watch, get your distances to front, middle and back, and to know how much to carry your hazards, and then use your laser to zap the actuals to the flag. So we're just walking up to the green. Now I've got the heat map of the green, so I know the green pretty well, and obviously just approaching the green, which I'm going to zoom in a little bit as I walk up to the green and show you this. This is a really cool feature. If they've got this, if they're doing this well, and this is accurate, even if close, is good enough just to give you the high spots and the low spots of the green. That's a really cool feature, and this excited me the most about this particular product, which makes it unique, is that heat mapping. So let's have a little look as we approach the green. Okay, so heat map is on. So we got that high spot at the back there and over on the right, and the low spot down the bottom. So here we go then. So there is no doubt, looking at there, that hot spot on the top is definitely on the money. That low spot down the bottom front, and you can see the shape of the green here. So there's a high spot over here on the right hand side. There's a high spot there at the back left if we look at it there, and the low spot is down the front. So that is on the money. Love that feature. Brilliant. GolfBuddy W12, AIM W12 watch. Now look, take my money. I mean obviously standard features which you're pretty much getting in all decent watches, but I love the heat mapping. How good is the heat map? Just knowing the high spots and the low spots of the green is worth every penny. I can't stress how important it is. So combination, decent GPS watch, bit of heat mapping, get yourself a good laser as well. You got all your slopes on there if you need them when you're out of competition, when you're doing your practice rounds. For me, all day long, W12, AIM W12, all its features, very cool, nice looking watch, looks nice on the arm, and game-changing heat mapping technology.